What's going on, YouTube? It's Rico. Back in another video. In today's video, I think it speaks for itself. We have our match review against Benfica. As you can tell, my voice is kind of gone. I was absolutely yelling. Um, yeah, it was an insane game. Um, Ref was absolutely disgusting, but I came up with this idea. I called the ref ugly, and I called Caicedo's performance good. And I was like, why not make my match reviews the good, the mid, and the ugly? Um, So yeah, this is the start of a new series. This is what I'm gonna do for each Chelsea match. I'm gonna tell you what I believe the good was, the mid was, and the ugly was. Um, so yeah, I guess we just begin. We're always gonna start out with the good, then we're gonna go to the mid, and then we're gonna go to the ugly. So the way the words are aligned is the order that we go in. Um, but yeah, 1-4 win against Benfica, but obviously isn't a traditional 4-1. Um, yeah, no really other way to say it. But if we go to the good, we have right here the money. Obviously, $13.1 million USD is going into the bank, so that's good. Got the money in. That's always a good thing. Can't really disagree with that. Getting the win is also a very good thing. Obviously, I mean it's a good thing to get the W. Um, Another thing is Reece James. He was very good this game. Obviously, scored the first goal in the 60 something minute. Yeah, really, really good performance. Was good defensively as well. Just a really, really good all-around game. Um, from Reece James, I think deserved to win man of the match. But Caicedo ended up doing that because he played the um, full 120 as well as Palmer and Cucurella and not Cole. Cole came off in like the 117th, but yeah, a lot of players came off. Anselmino came on at the end, but yeah, I think Reece James was our best player today. Obviously had the goal, so excuse me, I don't know why I'm coughing so much. So yeah, obviously, very good game. Had the goal. Incredible set piece. Pretty much not by the corner flag, but on that side near the corner flag, outside of the box. And just put it bottom left corner where Trubin had no chance because he got caught out. So yeah, I think Reece James was probably our best player today. Um, Other than that, I think Maresca set the team up very well. Um, that 3-4-2-1 in possession really worked against Benfica. We got a lot of chances in that first half as well as second half. Game should have been done there. The ref was absolutely awful. Gave him a penalty that wasn't a penalty. Um, but also leading up to that penalty, gave him a free kick, which wasn't a free kick at all. So the team was just unfortunate with the horrible referee today. But I think Maresca set them up beautifully. Didn't seem like we were going to concede when we went 1-0 up. Probably should have been 2-0 up, 3-0 up. At the 90th minute mark. Obviously, the game got delayed due to weather. I posted a news video while there was a weather delay. That's how long it was. It was 2 hours. I was able to record and edit a full video. But yeah, I think Maresca set the team up beautifully. We got the win into the quarterfinals against Palmeiras. Never a bad thing at all. Um, a good from Benfica that I want to note because this is someone that I've wanted to come to Chelsea for a while. I know we're in for Thomas Araujo from Benfica, but um, I like Antonio Silva a lot as a player. Very calm, very composed. Pretty much saved a goal. Cucurella's goal was headed into the top corner, and he cleared it off the line with his head. Just a really good player, really calm on the ball, but also good playing with the ball at his feet. I thought he was really immense today for Benfica, probably their best player by far. Um, Obviously, Di Maria scored the goal because it was a penalty, but I think Antonio Silva was probably their best player today. Other than that, I think Cole Palmer is very good today. I know people are probably going to give me some backlash for this, but I do think he was very good. Obviously, gave the ball to Caicedo, which led to the second goal that Nkunku scored. Um, Also, drew the free kick that Reece James scored on, assisted KDH, and then for the third goal, what happened on the third goal? It was Neto. I just don't know who played the ball into Neto. I can't recall, but I do think Cole Palmer is very good today. Had a lot of impact. Was playing out of position on that left hand side, but still looked good on that left hand side, combining with Cucurella. So taking that into account, you'd expect his performance to drop off, but I think he was very good today. Probably deserved a goal. Um, but his right-footed shot was ultimately saved by Trubin, who I thought was also very good today as well. But um, I don't think I should talk about two Benfica players. This is more about the Chelsea match review. Um, so yeah, Cole Palmer good today in my opinion. I think really linked up play well from that left-hand side. Him and Cucurella are getting really involved. Made a lot of chances for Cucurella. Cucurella just wasn't really converting them in the final third. But the two on the left-hand side, I think the attack was good today. Um, yeah, I think they were pretty good today. I thought Neto was decent. I thought Palmer, I count him as an attacking player, was great today. One of our best players on the pitch, bar Reece James. Um, the lap was a little bad today. Neto was meh, but his work rate was good, so that's why I count it uh, into the attack. Obviously, we had a lot of chances, so altogether as a team, our attack was very good today. And I think the midfield was the main reason for that. I think Lavia, Enzo, and I'm blank. Oh, Caicedo. I don't know how I'm forgetting Caicedo. Really link up play well. Really play those through balls that help the team um, going forward. Obviously Enzo's more of that box crasher that we expect Andre Santos to be as well. But yeah, really helps out play a lot. I think we probably could have got a little bit more service into Liam Delap today. Didn't get him involved all too much, so that's why his performance is a little bit meh. But you win the game, the midfield looks good. You definitely win the midfield battle. So you can't really complain there. Moving on to, if it allows me to, there we go, the mid. Um, we have the defense. I thought was a little bit poor. Even after Benfica went down to 10 men, um, I thought they they should have just shut the game down after Nkunku scored, which they kind of did. Um, but leading up to that, Benfica had three great chances. I think the defense could have definitely been a little more solid. Um, this right here may not make a lot of sense to people, but it's set pieces. I think our set pieces were pretty poor today. Obviously broke the lines one time with the set piece, and Reece James scored from a free kick, but I'm talking about corners specifically. I just don't think it was that routine didn't really work all that much, and it never seemed to get any attacking threat through there. It just seemed like we turned the ball over a lot. So that's why set pieces are there. I just don't think they were all that good. But then again, we scored a goal from it, um, and broke the line one time with it, so it can't be ugly. But I'd say pretty mid because other than the Reece James free kick, which yes, it's a set piece, but like I'm talking about set piece routines. A free kick isn't really a set piece routine. He shot the ball. Other than that, I think Cucurella really, really good defensively, just not the best going forward. Obviously, his role is to move forward a little bit, and he has been better at that a lot last season. And the games leading up to this game just wasn't as sharp as usual this game, which is completely fine. Defended well, um, worked really well, so can't really say he had an ugly performance. I just think he was ugly moving forward, but I think he was good defensively, and as a left back, that's what your priority is. So you can't say he had a bad game. It's just a all right game, but definitely should have had a goal in there. Had two golden chances that got cleared off the line, and then the other one I believe got saved off Trubin's like bicep, elbow-ish area. Um, I put Pedro Neto in here. Obviously he scored a goal, but I think it was probably the easiest chance he's ever gonna have. Definitely could have squared it to Cole Palmer if he wanted to, but decided to take it himself. Scored, so no worries there. As long as you convert those chances, no one's really gonna cause a fuss. But yeah, I think work rate was really good, but I think definitely needs to try to beat his man a little bit more. I was a little disappointed in that. I think he definitely could have rained down those lines a little bit more and crossed the ball in. Obviously, we don't have that good of a headed striker. I think Liam Delap can put the ball into the back of the net with his head. But I do think that if Liam Delap isn't getting service, Neto should be the one providing that service with his crossing ability. So yeah, I just would have liked to see that a little bit more. I don't think he had a poor performance by any means. I think the goal really stands out for him because it pretty much clinched the game. Obviously, Nkunku really did help us out there with that goal. $13 million goal at that. Maresca was running down that sideline. I think everyone was frustrated with the ref. Neto scored the third. KDH scored the fourth. But yeah, I think Netso definitely could have done more today, but I do think he was good um, in terms of scoring a goal and his work rate. But I think he was poor in terms of crossing the ball and linking up play. I think he was kind of just running without an idea of what to do, so that's why I just put him in mid um, alongside Cucurella, set piece routines in the defense. Moving on to the ugly. I don't know why these pictures randomly blurred. They were perfectly fine 2 seconds ago. But Rob Sanchez, I mean, almost gave the ball away for another goal. Um, you know, stopped the ball, but Benfica didn't really have a shot where he needed to make a big save or a tough save. It was literally just make the save and you're okay. Um, but gave the ball away a lot, looked really shaky in possession. When the ball went back to him, it was kind of just like, oh no, what's he going to do here? So yeah, I don't think he had his best game today. Obviously, there's games where he is good with the ball at his feet, but that just wasn't today. So the team just stopped going to him, and I think he just started booting the ball long for some reason, which I know is not the way we want to play at all. But he started booting the ball long. The team pretty much just started moving up the pitch instead of going backwards after knowing that Robert Sanchez wasn't going to do anything with the ball at his feet. Delap, just not that good of a performance today. Can't really say much about that. Didn't really get the service he needed. The chance that he did score was pretty nice. Obviously, he was offside. Could have timed his run just a little bit better. He was pretty much a full body length offside, but I think the ball did come in a little bit late. Um, but yeah, I just don't think he had the service today and wasn't really good at linking up play. So he's pretty much just a shadow this whole game, just a ghost. Didn't really do much. But we got the win. Did everything we needed to do, so I don't think anyone's gonna really complain. He did come off pretty early into the game, because I think Maresca realized that he wasn't really having that big of an impact. He looked pretty nervous, obviously, in a Club World Cup round of 16 knockout game where there's a lot of money on the line. I think the players are bound to be up for it, but I think some players are bound to be nervous as well because it is a big tournament at the end of the day, and you do want to move on. And we were able to move on and face Palmeiras now, who I think are a good side, but obviously I think a team we should be able to beat. But it'll be interesting to see Chelsea versus Esteval. If we knock out Esteval and then Esteval just moves to the team that just knocked them out, that'll be interesting to see. But I think Liam Delap closed in this game, but I do expect him to have a big performance against Palmeiras because I don't think Palmeiras are that good of a side, to be honest. But moving on, the ref, yeah, I don't know where to start. It was pretty evident from the beginning of the game what his agenda was, and that was to pretty much screw Chelsea over. Did nothing for us, and Kunku should have had a penalty. Kitty Yates should have had a penalty at the end of the game. I know it's already 4-1. Why are you blowing a penalty? But um, yeah, the penalty he gave to Benfica was not a pin. Gusto was pretty much in point blank proximity. His hand was up from jumping, which is a natural position to me. Your hands are always going to fly up when you jump. Um, Gave the penalty, but the penalty shouldn't have even been a penalty. And to start that, he called a free kick from Caicedo, basically just bullying Angel Di Maria off the ball, which wasn't a free kick at all. So there shouldn't have been. Chelsea shouldn't have even been in the position where Gusto had to hand the ball, which he didn't even mean to do. Um, his eyes were closed. He jumped up, um, and yeah, just pretty much unfortunate for Gusto. It wasn't a penalty, but the ref was just awful. Even just with the normal foul calls, just didn't give us anything. There was a time where Lap actually got fouled on the outside of the box, um, and nothing happened. I mean, he just pretty much let play go on when it was a clear foul for Delap on the Bucks to give a red card for a player on Benfica. Um, but I mean, it was a clear red card. There was nothing he could do about it, and it was definitely a makeup call for the amount of times he screwed us over today. So he was awful. I can't really say much other than he was the 12th man of Benfica. Even when they went down to 10, they still had 11 because they still had the ref on their side. He was on their side the entire game. Um, and I'm sure if you go on Twitter, that's pretty much the first thing you see is that the ref was atrocious today. Other than that, the weather, obviously the game had a 2 hour delay in it. It took 5 hours in total. It started at 3 p.m. It's now 8 p.m. Um, and it was ugly weather, so I just decided why not put it in the ugly category. But yeah, I think that's something that FIFA really needs to address going into the next season. Obviously, the World Cup is in America. They need to figure out how to go into stadiums with covered roofs, good pitches, just really organizing the tournament in a much better manner than they have this one. I think it's been an awful tournament in terms of organization. Um, but yeah, I don't think the weather helps at all. But that's the match review. Obviously, Chelsea win 4-1. Um, I'm sorry for not being more enthusiastic. My voice is genuinely just going right now because of the amount of times I screamed after Nkuku scored. Um, but yeah, that is everything. Happy to get the result. Happy to go through to the quarterfinals. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. As always, it's Repos and peace.